what I'm concerned with here. I couldn't give two craps about identity politics. We're so over that. I just genuinely don't think it's selling the franchise as good as it could do. Let's roll the tape.
Do more than just set a tone. And with Unreal Engine 5, we've pushed our signature Gears style to the next level. So let's show you a taste of what we've built.
Let's hope the gameplay and the technical information Kate has to show us can provide a little bit more, because right now, I'll be honest, I don't like the presentation.
Welcome to the Pay and Save Superstore in downtown Kelowna. In previous games, a space like this was limited to 3 shadow casters in view. With Megalights, we now have hundreds of light sources, all casting shadows at 60 frames per second on Xbox Series X. This TV display wall utilizes animated area lights with light functions that are driven by the video itself fully on the GPU.
So I think we're in an age of gaming now where we're spending a tremendous lot of time and money on making things realistic and graphically, correct. All these televisions are lighting off each other, but actually, when you actually think about it, if you shoot a television, especially a CRT television, right in the middle of the screen, there won't be an image displayed. So we're spending all this time on realism when we're missing the most obvious thing, that if you shoot a CRT TV and it blows up, it won't work. Also, the textures on the floor look very bad. This is coming across as me hating on the technical direction of the game. I actually think it looks great. But what I'm saying is, in general, modern gaming, sometimes we get bogged down on so much lighting and effects that we lose track of the visual theme. That's one thing I didn't like about Gears 5 was it felt like a lot of the maps were technical showcases, like, hey, we're going to put a load of color TVs and lights, or we're going to put red sand everywhere to show the new tech, as opposed to making it fit. So what I'm hoping is in GGZII, it's not so much a technical showcase, but more of a, this is what we want to do and we're going to make the tech fit, as opposed to, hey, we've got this new tech where we can have 7,000 lights. Let's put 7,000 lights in every area. Do you know what I mean?
They each cast eerie and unsettling dynamic shadows with soft penumbra across the scene.
And I know we are in a technical demo, so we're going to hear technical words. But I also think as a dev or as a seller, like someone that's selling it, you have to understand that people are watching this and hearing, oh, it's amazing because there's a soft penumbra. Anyway.
The Pay and Save is a great example of how we've created environments with geometry collection destructible assets like this tiled pillar. These dynamic objects cast and receive light correctly, so destruction stays visually grounded exactly the way you'd expect in the real world. Let's check out the freezer section. All these freezers have multiple area lights inside them to simulate that realistic lighting effect of the frozen food.
I'm sorry, but honestly, please tell me if I'm wrong and I'm being nitpicky, but the commentary, the cadence of the commentary is so irritating. I feel like I'm being spoken to like I'm a baby. Like, here we have the lights in the fridge
section of your local grocery store. During combat, bullets create a dynamic shatter point in the glass. When it shatters, all the pieces collide with the environment using hardware ray trace collision with physically accurate, translucent reflections.
That was cool. Give him that. That looks really cool.
It's amazing to see how many light sources there are in here. There are hundreds of them, from the small lights on Marcus's armor to the large spotlights on the ceiling. There is no way we'd ever be able to achieve this effect or have this many ray-traced area lights on current generation hardware without megalights. A staple of the Gears franchise, E-holes are back in Gears of War E-Day. So let's open some up.
So let's open some up.
Without all the monsters in the way, you can see...
I mean, so here's the thing, right? I'm here to give my thoughts and opinion on E-Day. I think that's what you guys enjoy. And it does look interesting, and I can totally forgive some poor presentation. As I'm looking at it more, though, I'm beginning to think, like, it's almost like all of the hardware power has gone into lights and colours, and yet the actual floor just looks terrible. It looks like we're walking on a matte floor with really weird ceilings. I mean, maybe this is just a tech demo. They're tweaking things. They're really amping up just how many E-holes there would be. Like, this could literally be a tech demo, right? We're inside of a tech demo. This doesn't mean we're playing the campaign. It might be, hey, turn down all of the textures, ramp up as many lights as possible, open up 6 E-holes. So, you know, I'm just looking at it from my own personal view here, but
all the volumetrics
the floor does look a bit
perfectly.
flat.
One of the things we're super excited about that was unthinkable in the past is having shadows on every single one of our muzzle flashes. This is a really great improvement that adds to the dynamic combat of Gears with a more believable firing experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. Like,
I'm just intrigued here. I saw an icon. Hold on.
That puts you right.
You see that? Hold on. We might be able to go further back.
Dynamic combat of Gears with a more believable firing experience.
I know this is a tech demo, but we've got to nerd out, guys. Look, up here. So that piece of cover looks like you can grab that from quite a big height. So that's pretty impactful. To think about if there's pieces of cover that big that you would be able to climb, so you could slide and climb. Forget the presentation and everything. I'm looking at the mechanics here, guys.
Right in the middle of the action, like never before.
I mean, it does look really good, don't get me wrong, you know.
Our game isn't limited to just a single space. We can explore the entire city of Kelowna with tens of thousands of shadow casting lights. Delivering E-Day with this level of visual fidelity has not been easy, but we can iterate so much faster with hardware ray trace lumen compared to the baked lighting we used in the past. With megalights, our lighters are no longer constrained by the number of real-time shadow casters, giving them the freedom to light our game with the same complexity as the real world. And we have 100 times the geometric detail in our assets due to Nanite's micro-polygon rendering.
So from what I'm understanding, they can place a light. This is my very, very basic understanding. They can place a light and it's going to realistically cast shadows. And if you walk in front of it, it's going to block the light. And they're not having to like bake or create all of the reflections. So if they ever need to change an environment or make an environment, it's a lot easier to do because they don't have to kind of hard code in all of the lighting. They can just place it there and it not absolutely tank the FPS. I mean, it all looks very nice and gory. There's blood on here. It does look nicely lit. I hope this isn't a game that's like a flex of look at what we can do with the graphics and the engine. I'm hoping they've also, you know, put a lot of effort into the theme of the game, which it does look like it.
All of these systems work together to create a highly scalable engine that allows us to consistently deliver a visual showcase across Xbox and PC.
I will say the police lights there looked really good.
As developers, many of us know there is a difference between a compelling demo and delivering a fully realized vision at 60 frames per second. The Coalition is pushing Unreal Engine 5, and the hardware it runs on to their limits to reimagine the Gears world at an unprecedented level of detail. We can't wait for you to see for yourselves when E-Day launches on October 6th. Thank you.
I mean, I'm focusing on the actual presentation just seemed fake and weird, but the actual technical information there was a grab, the lighting. We didn't really learn too much there, but I'm trying to bring you sort of all of the information that you need for Gears E-Day, obviously. We're also seeing a new cinematic here with the classic jump, it looks like. Big corpse shot there. Reavers.
We're not out of it yet. Incoming. I lost visual. Anyone see it?
Negative. I lost it.
Big scale here, isn't it? Big scale. There's a green-looking Lancer. Or maybe that was the ray traced lights there. You see that? Maybe that's the lights casting onto him there. Visually pleasing there. Very, very interesting. Let me know what you think about that. Does that get you hyped? Does it get you worried? Does it get you concerned? I'm a bit... Honestly, I just found that... I don't know if it was just me. I just found that presentation really weird.